Greetings traders, I am here to do some trading. I haven't gotten started yet. I'm about to. The news is coming out today for the oil market at 7:30 a.m. which it does so 7:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which it does so every Wednesday. And I was thinking about waiting for the news to come out, but it seems to be moving here, so I don't see any reason not to take some trades. Because what I'm going to do is just free trade until the news comes out, and I'll take a news entry. I'm tracking the news entry in my charting service, and hopefully we'll be able to nail it today. Or I'm sure going to try. In any event, I can always free trade anytime I want, as long as it's moving, and so that's what I'm going to do now. Since I know how to read the computer behind the movement and can tell which direction the computer is about to take it because of the tell that it gives away. So I'm going to start taking some trades, just like I've been doing, like I did yesterday. So I'll be back to show and demonstrate this. Be back in a minute. I just took a long entry here. If it's wrong, it's going to be a very small stop, and I'll actually reverse position. I'll come right back. Okay, it's starting to move up here a little bit. We'll see if it continues. Okay, I just had to reverse position because the computer is now saying it's going to go down. So it said it was going to go up, and it went up a little bit, and then it came back down, and then it says it's going to go down. So now I am short with it. I'll come back in a few minutes. By the way, the news is going to come out in 28 minutes, 27 minutes. It'll come out, so we'll get a lot of action. It's typical for it to go sideways a bit before the news, but you know, I just wanted to trade it anyway, get some action going, get it started. I'll come back. I had to take a phone call, and I had to reverse the position, and I couldn't record it because I was on the phone. And so I reversed the position, and it shot up really quick, and then I exited the trade because I couldn't sit there and watch it. But I'm going to take another entry here, and I'm looking at it right now, the computer, and let's see here, it should be going up here if I'm reading this right. I'm about to get an entry here. We'll see if it wants to give a long or short. I'll be right back. I'm going to take a trade. Okay, it should be, you know, everything is showing that it's going to be a short. We've got the 10 minutes showing it's going to be a short. We've got the daily showing it's going to be a short. Let's see what the system wants to say here. If it wants to say it's going to be short, or if it's going to be a long. I'll come right back. I'm about to take an entry. Okay, I've got an entry short here. The computer is indicating that it is going to go down. Let's see if we can get this thing to drop. Just going to go for 20 ticks on this one. I'll come right back. Okay, it's moving down here now. Just watching the computer. It's always giving signals, of course. And you never know, it might give a reversal signal and go back up again. It is possible. Or it might give another signal to stay short. It always gives signals, or tells I should say. The computer is always giving away tells because of the way it was programmed. And that's its flaw. That's how you can tell which direction it's going to go, because the computer has a flaw to it. The computer program has a flaw to it. And you can use that flaw against it to know which direction it's about to go. But since it always moves in different directions, you always have to pay attention to it. Otherwise, it might say it's going to go down, and then it's going to go back up again. So you have to always, pay attention to it at all times. But it gives you the ultimate way to trade, the ultimate entry system. You know, if I wanted to, I could place a break-even stop right there, you know, let it break me even or come down to the exit. When you get the, you know, good entry system like this, it's not too hard to hit winners. I could have hit some really good winners if I wasn't talking on the phone, but I needed to take that phone call. Anyway, I'm gonna hold it here to try to hit the exit. Doesn't have too much further to go, unless of course I get a reversal signal if it wants to go back up again. Anyway, I'll come back in a minute and show you the outcome of this trade. Okay, it just got me out right there. Okay, so there is one trade, and I'll come back and take a few more before the day's over. So I'll be back shortly. Okay, I have taken a long position here. The computer is giving away a tell that it is now going to go up. It doesn't say how far it will go up, but it just says it's going to go up. So I am going to you know, hold it and see what it'll do. Maybe it'll make the 20 ticks, maybe it won't. Maybe I'll get out earlier, but you know, usually if it is going to go back down, it'll indicate that and say, okay, now I'm going to go down. So then I'll reverse position, even though I haven't made it to the 20 ticks. Or it'll just keep going and tell me it's going to keep going, then it'll make the 20 ticks. So either way, it always gives feedback on what it's doing and what it's going to do. The real benefit, of course, is that it gives you feedback to tell you what it's going to do before it does it. You know, this does take a little practice and a little knowledge, but you know, with some practice and knowledge, anybody could do this. It's not that difficult. It's possible. I might have to reverse position. It is possible. It's all about reading it right. Okay, I'm going to come right back in the interest of time. If I do need to reverse, I will of course reverse and come back and show it to you. Otherwise, it's going to go up here. Okay, I'll come back. As a general rule, though, even though you're using the computer system, you know, you can see if you try to go long right there, it didn't go very far and it went down. Try to go long right there, it didn't go very far, it went down. Try to go long right there, it didn't go very far, it went down. Here's another one. Try right here. Is it not going to go very far and go back down? Well, the computer is giving an entry, though, to go long. And I don't think that probably didn't give entries there to go long. Or it might have. That's why you have to be careful. It might not go very far. It might give a you know, an indicator or a tell that it's going to go up, but it doesn't go up very far. So you don't, as a general rule, you don't want to go against the trend. Or you don't want to hold it, you know, to try to go against the trend. The only way you'd want to hold it is if it kept giving you multiple indicators that it was going to keep going long. Which usually, if it is going to keep going, it'll usually do that. Not always, but usually. Especially if it's really going to make a move up, it'll give multiple indicators that it's going to go in that direction. Okay, I'm about to get another signal here. Computer's about to tell me what it's going to do. I'll be right back. Okay, it did just give a indicator that it's going to go down. So I have reversed the position and I am now short. Just following along what it's doing. Chart looks very much like it did the other two times. You know, it went up and then it went shot down, and then it went up and it shot down, and now it looks like it's doing the same exact thing, going up, and now the computer says it's going to take it down. I will come right back. I just want to look at something real quick. Okay, it's being a little tricky here. That one was offset. It's given me a long signal now. So the short signal wasn't really a short signal, it was offset. and it is a clear long signal. So it's going to go up here. It's going to go up, and hopefully it'll make the 20 tick exit, which is a very good possibility, because see how this is already different than these two? It's already making it up higher than where it had previously gone. And now, let me see here, is that two? Yeah, that's 2 signals to go long. So I've got 2 signals to go long in place by the computer. So there's a relatively good chance it's going to shoot up here and hit the 20 tick exit, which will give me, you know, higher than where I was before. So I'll come right back. I had to reverse the position and forgot to record it just there. And anyway, I'm going to take some more trades. But you see what I was talking about? How you don't want to go against the trend. You know, it might go up, but not go up that far, and then continue on with the trend, basically. So that's what I was talking about. You know, you really want to get entries to go with the trend. And since you can get precision level entries with the trend, you know, whatever direction it's going, whether it be down or up, whatever, you know, that's what you're looking for. And I had gotten one, and I reversed position, and then wrote it down, and forgot to record it. Not so easy to do this. You know, there's a lot to work with when you're doing this, and then you have to record it at the same time. And then I get phone calls. Anyway, I'll take some more trades, but as you can see, my system works really well. Well, it's not my system, it's just a discovery of how the computer works, basically. So anyway, I'll come back, take a few more trades for the day's over. What time is it? Okay, we still got time. I'll come back. Okay, I've taken a long position here. The computer is indicating that it is going to go up. So, I'm long. It'll be a small little stop if wrong. Very small. And I'll reverse position, which it looks like I'm going to have to do. Stand by, I'll be right back. Yes, I just did. I had to reverse position right there. That one is offset. Offset again. I couldn't tell if it was offset or not. That's why I just jumped in, thinking that, you know, if it was offset, I could reverse very quickly. Wouldn't have to take a big loss at all, which I just did. So that's exactly what I just did. So this entry here should be right, and it should go down. No problem. Okay, I'll come right back, show it to you. It's starting to move down here a bit. See if we can make it to the exit. I'll come back. Okay, that trade just made it to the exit. So let me see, what time is it now? It's getting kind of late. I'm getting tired because it's late here where I'm at. So I am going to call it a day, and I'll be back tomorrow to do some more trading. But as you can see, if you know how the computer behind the instruments work, you can take successful trades over and over again. Basically, you can do this, you know, non-stop, but you really want to have an active market. Like, for instance, if you were doing it right here, you wouldn't be able to do very well. But if you started off, you know, over here, or let's say here, then you could do quite well with it, because it's moving. You see what I'm saying? But if you from here to here, it's not moving anywhere. It's going to be hard to make money from it going up and down when it's just going sideways. See what I'm saying? So you really need to do it at the right times. Every market has the right time. You know, you can trade the European markets if you're in Europe, the Forex market, the Euro-US dollar if you're in Europe, for instance, or if you're in Japan, you could trade the US dollar JPY. Every market has its own time because the world is turning, and 24 hours a day there's always something going on at some country, right? There's always a market there. My system which really isn't, necessarily a system per se. It's just the fact that I discovered that all the markets are controlled by a computer, and then I went out and mapped that out, how that all works. That's what I do, is I teach it. And but my point is that you can trade any market that you want using using the secret behind the computer. You can trade any and all markets except for stocks. Doesn't work on stocks because stocks really do trade. A computer is not controlling stocks, but it is controlling the stock indexes. The index for the S&P, the index for the NASDAQ, the index for the Dow, all controlled by a computer. But individual stocks are not. They really do trade. So it won't work for that, but it will work for the indexes. It works for ETFs. It works for the E-mini, gold, silver, wheat, corn, currencies, you name it. The DAX, everything. Chinese market, Japanese market, everything. Everything I have ever looked at, it works on 100%. Exactly like it does for oil. The only difference is that oil has a system 2 to it, a second system, and virtually nothing else does. The Forex does, the Euro US dollar does, but it works different than oil, and I don't teach it for the Forex. I will in the future, but I don't teach it currently for the Forex, and it works different, so you couldn't really buy it for oil and use it on the Forex. So, because I don't teach how it works, but it does work very similar. Anyway, you can trade oil, you can trade the E-mini for practice. A lot of people like to trade the E-mini because it's real cheap to trade, and you can practice with a relatively small amount of money. A lot of people like that. Of course I like oil, but you can trade anything. That's my point, because everything is controlled by a computer and doesn't really trade. Anyway, I will be back tomorrow. I hope you traders out there are doing well. And if you're a trader and you're not doing well, then hit me up and come and learn my system, and you should start doing really well in your trading. Okay, happy trading out there, everyone. See you tomorrow.